Welcome to the AlphaCars Service Center, where we have a lot of exciting things happening. We have a Bronco to the left. This is getting disassembled and prepped for an underbody rust preventative treatment. And we've got some Ural motorcycles on the right getting some maintenance and service. But the subject of this video is this Sprinter van. It's had an Overland build, so it has some fancy things on it like the roof rack and the ladder and a full interior kitted out to stay in, so that is pretty cool. We actually sold this van. It's a 2021, but it only has around 300 or 400 miles on it, so it is in like new condition. It's just been around, for a few years. It did take a while for the build to take place, of course. And we're doing a rust preventative treatment on this van, as well as a paint correction and ceramic coating. So as I mentioned, we recently sold the van, and the new owner, they want all the protection they can get. And I'm gonna kind of walk you through what we're doing in this video. So first, we are starting on the underbody. We can see the van's still in the process of being all masked off for the underbody work, but the underbody is very clean. There's really some superficial little bits of corrosion here and there. And now I'm gonna get on this handy creeper here, because of course this van is so tall, we are able to get it on jack stands, but to put it on our lift, it's gonna be too tall with the ceiling. But looking under the van now, as I mentioned, it's in good shape, a little bit of superficial rust here and there, and we've gone ahead and masked off the powertrain, the full exhaust system. You can see even this component here that's masked is a diesel heater to provide heat in the van. And you can see the full exhaust is masked here. And then the rear rotors and calipers, all the braking system is masked as well. And the technician, he's still in the process of masking some more things. So you might ask, where do we even start with this? Well, what we're gonna do is a clear rust preventative treatment so we can see what's going on underneath as the van ages. We're gonna use Waxoyl, their clear wax. And we're also gonna do all of the enclosed areas of the unibody, the doors, the cargo doors, the sliding door, really anywhere we can get our specialty tools into the access holes, we are gonna do some treatments. But first, to prep it, all these areas that have the superficial rust, we're using a rust converter on those. And then the areas that were originally black from the factory, we're gonna refinish those so they'll appear, factory fresh. And then we'll go over everything with that Waxoyl application. So at this point, we've just started the masking, and we've started to use some of that rust converter. And the next couple segments will be about the underbody of this van. And once the underbody is all protected, then we'll move to polishing all of this gray paint here and doing a ceramic coating. And now we're in the process of refinishing those factory black components back to, sort of a showroom fresh looking black. And you can see how nice this front corner is looking. And then this area back here, you can see the leaf spring and the rotor backing plate and the axle, just a little bit of refinishing down there to restore the new appearance that will then be protected by the Waxoyl product. And lastly, note how we also masked some of these accessories like the side step here. We can see from the top, we've masked all the holes in it, and we've made a really nice tape line. So now underneath, it's ready to accept the product. And same goes for the step back here. This has the really nice big area on the back, this aftermarket sort of protective plate that has the step on it. And once again, we've got the nice tape line so we can get all the product underneath, because these are areas that are gonna collect salt and dirt and road debris. And whether it be the van's unibody, the van's frame, or the accessories on it, we wanna protect everything from rust. And now I'm under the van once again, and we've got all of the factory parts that were black and that had a little bit of that superficial rust. The rust converter cured, and then we refinished it with the factory color paint. And check out how nice all of this looks now that transmission and transfer case cross member, and especially the front subframe and suspension components. Even this drive shaft and part of the main rear drive shaft, everything is just looking awesome. And you can see more what I was talking about coating underneath the steps here. So we've got the nice tape line, so we can do a good thorough application of all these components under the steps, which has the little bolts and nuts and threads that you definitely want to keep the rust from eating away. And at the rear of the van, it's the same story. Those areas were refinished in the factory color. It's all looking awesome. And now it's ready to start applying the Waxoyl. We're making awesome progress on the Sprinter. Speaking of progress, there's been a new Ford Bronco getting the same sort of protection applied, and this one is all done as well, so check out that video. Actually, we have the doors open. Check out this build. Some awesome things and very high quality components are in this Sprinter. All of these are open because we were doing the enclosed areas. So you can see how there's the Waxoyl dripping out of the weep holes, so that gets fogged in the whole door skin. So even though that's one of the only access points, that product travels and fogs all the door skin and then seeps into all the interior seams, which are areas where once the salt and the water gets in there, that will obviously start to rust. And same thing back here. You can see some more cool things in the van, but even these rear doors got the same treatment, which is why they are open. The clear Waxoyl, that is done. So let's slide back under the van and check out the application. So a lot of it will even be tough to see since it is a clear product, but you can see how some areas are a bit thicker than others, and you can see the little bit of yellow. So that's what we like to see. So now all of these enclosed areas here in the vehicle unibody are all protected, and same thing with all of the areas we refinished. I know on video it literally doesn't look like, you know, there's stuff on there, but if you touch that, you'll get wax on your hands, and it's got that clear coating on it. That's why it has that sort of matte finish now. Looking at this from up here, you can see how it has that sort of matte finish, that matte appearance. That is the beauty of the Waxoyl clear product there. And it's even been applied, you know, under in these seams here and under those other accessories, as we showed earlier in the video with the taping we did. So now from the top, you know, there's no waxy coating to slip on, but from the bottom, it does have that coating on there, and it will aid in preventing the rust on those components. Checking out more the front of the vehicle, you can see how there's that sort of textured coating. This is a great example how it is really invisible protection. Thicker areas will have a little bit of like a yellow hue to them, like say right there. But it has this thick textured coating, and everything's clear, so you can monitor the surface underneath, but it has the rust protection. So now that we're finishing up on the rust protection, we are going to be unwrapping the van, putting it back together, and we're going to move on to treating the plastic and doing a paint correction in preparation for the ceramic coating. And now we're at the stage of the ceramic application. You can see one of our technicians applying it on the hood there. But let's take a look at this side of the van. The ceramic has not been applied yet, but it has been paint corrected. So look at the clarity, look at the glossy shine that the clear coat has now. Even though this van is not that old, it's still made a huge difference. It looks like a mirror. You can literally look at the other side of our shop, perfectly clear. And the plastic is looking awesome. It has had the ceramic coating applied on the plastic already. We're kind of doing things in stages. And the wheels have had the ceramic coating applied as well. So those are looking awesome and super protected. Of course, you might notice the ladder's been removed. There's a couple things that have been removed from the van so we can get full coverage on the, first off, the rust preventative treatment, and second, the polishing, and now the ceramic coating application. So now going back, seeing what our technician is doing here. He applied a nice even coating of the product, let it flash so it's ready to level off and have that extreme clarity and gloss. And look at that, look at the hood, it looks amazing. We have the Sprinter outside. It's awaiting pickup, and we can check out how amazing this looks in the sunlight. There is a little cloud blocking the sun right now, but once that sun comes out, you can see how much this pops. It really is unbelievable, the difference and the transformation that this van had. Even though, you know, it has little to no miles and it's only a few years old, still over time, without this important paint protection, the paint naturally will just dull, and that's kind of what happened. So now we've removed that, and we've got the paint locked in for many years with the ceramic coating, as well as the underbody. Really everything you saw in this video, this van is fully protected, and it's the best of both worlds because it's fully protected and it looks amazing. This gray really pops. Now that the full sun is on it, you will definitely see this van rolling on down the road. And we can take a peek inside at the awesome setup in here. The table that goes up and down, that becomes a bed when it goes down. It has this floor pan here that it rotates down, and it has a shower head in there. You pull up and you connect the shower curtain to the roof, and you have actually a shower. You stand in that pan that goes down. There's a fridge in there. Of course, plenty of outlets for all your charging needs. And this van has so much more that you know, can't fit into this little video. But we do have a full overview of this van before we sold it. So I will link that in the description if you really wanted to learn all about the build on this van and all the little parts and pieces that went into it. But I want to thank you for watching this little bonus content, seeing how the van looks outside, popping in the sun, and getting another little peek inside at the ultra cool interior. This has been Ian reporting from the Boxborough location. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe to not miss out on future content.